I'm about 5 minutes early. I got yelled at for being 5 minutes late, or 1 minute late earlier today. So I'm making up for it. I am reading about dispositional optimism in physical health. And the definition: just a night watcher doing burpees in his basement. Gets flower lost. She's probably fast asleep. Hey, Hybrid Jim is here. How are you? How are you? How's the training going? Dottie's here. Dottie, nice to see you. Hybrid Jim says, getting ready for bed, 10 p.m. here. Great session today, uploading currently. I'll be on the lookout for it. Hybrid, Dottie up above in blue, she's in the UK as well. Her son just did a hike up Snowdon Peak, which I heard you mention before, in Wales, which is pretty awesome. I had never heard of it until you mentioned it to me. Our friend Kay is here. Kay says, hey, Yogi in chat, working and listening in. I appreciate that. I watched Kay do a squat hold just not that long ago. Hybrid said, yes, been up Snowdon a few times. Yeah, again, you were the first one I heard that from. And I loved the video from Dottie's son, I'm sorry. Absolutely awesome. Great scenery. Definitely looks like a hike. Night Watcher says it's just 3 a.m. Are you getting up, or have you gotten any sleep at all, Night Watcher? Kay says, well, Hybrid Jim says, enjoyed your writing recently, Eric? Thanks, I appreciate that. You know, I've been writing a blog for every day for 26 years now. And I posted on social media, Facebook, Twitter. And then it occurred to me, you know, I got the community page. Why not? So yeah, I appreciate that. And this gives me also the ability to put, you know, some kind of photo. I've been doing photos of sunrises, mostly, just because I love this time of the year. Mainly, I'm up too early to catch the sunrise through the winter. Kay says, that's all, hit the like button. I appreciate that. The Night Watcher says hello. Hybrid Jim says, thanks, Daddy. I'm mainly uploading my park workouts. Yeah, those are always awesome to see, though. Nobody hangs out in a tree better than Hybrid Jim. That's for sure. It definitely beats doing burpees in your basement. And no offense to Night Watcher, it definitely beats doing burpees in your bedroom. Night Watcher says, looks like Flower lost the bet. Yeah, you bet heard that she wouldn't show up, right? Night Watcher says he stayed up just for the bet. and that he's been trying to go to sleep earlier, but a bet is a bet. That's true. Our friend Laradox is here. Laradox, how are you? What's new? Daddy says it's fine, hybrid. I hope to support all. Um, 2 away from 100 now. That's awesome. So, if you guys aren't subscribed to Dottie, definitely do so. She has awesome nature videos. I absolutely love nature videos from Great Britain because it's just part of the world. I've mentioned the hybrid gym before, that it feels. I mentioned the Dottie as well. It feels like my spiritual home. Some people are like, well, wouldn't that be Tibet? Wouldn't that be India? But as much as the Far Eastern tradition maybe holds my soul, I think Great Britain holds my heart. I think that is my, that's my ancestral ground. Hybrid says, yes, you can tell you're practiced in it. A lot of these days, you can't read much volume, but a page is accessible. Yeah, and I try to keep it, if I make it to 500 words, that's a lot for me. I generally shoot for about 300 or so. I gave up, I had a blog. It was on Bluehost. I forget the actual server name, but in order to capture the algorithms of the blog, you had to be minimum of 300. And I found myself writing more for an audience, more for to get that algorithm hit, to get the likes or the recognition. And I didn't like it. It felt forced. So I went back to my e-blogger, where I get noticed less, but I'm more relaxed and I write about the things that it's not that I didn't write about the things that I cared about. I just added more in that needed to be said. And one of the things I love about writing is brevity. It's not going to come out. Sorry. I like keeping things short. Night Watcher says a bet is a bet. It sure is. Laradox says, guys, everyone subscribe and like Yogi's stream. Thank you, Laradox. I appreciate that. And to return the favor, definitely go visit and like Laradox. Laradox is a good guy, good heart, and he's putting out some great content. Let's see. Nightwatcher says, is that a sarcastic comment? From who? Laradox says, Yogi, who do you think is the most popular in the chat? That's an interesting question. Except I don't have an answer. I don't think they really, anyone, are we thinking popular as far as like views, as far as subscribers? I don't know, because I don't think anyone has really focused on that. Probably more than anyone here, I might focus on getting the subscribers and the watch hours, because I'm trying to make just enough money to pay my taxes every year, because I'm now officially, again, a homeowner. I had stopped being a homeowner a long time ago, sort of left my interest, but I inherited a house. Lucky me. I absolutely love it. It's a house I grew up in. I love the area. It's why I do the nature shorts all over the place. But I live in an area, it's between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. This town that I live in was voted the best town to live in Maryland. The county has been considered one of the best counties in the country, but taxes are high. So I'm semi-retired. I'd like to stay semi-retired. I'd like to work, you know, doing an odd meditation teaching here and an odd breathwork session here. I don't want to go back to retail management, but if I have to, I have to. Um, so yeah, I'm the only one who probably works for getting those kind of YouTube hits. Everyone else, they have a real life. Hybrid says, had a terrible indoor workout 2 days ago. I was doing forward rolls, went over wide. I clipped my PC monitor and smashed it. Only 3 months old. Oh wow! No wonder you stick to outside as much as possible. Man, I can't even remember the last time I watched you film an indoor workout. It is what it is here. Good afternoon, Eric and chat. Louis, how are you? We got some of the burpee grates in the house right now. Not what it says are in the chat. Laradox is doing good. And it is what it is. Says hello to Hybrid. It's been a while since we've had Hybrid, and it is what it is here. Like I said, two of the all-time greats. All we need is for the great Duncan Walsh to come in, or maybe the great Unk. Laradox says, today is a beautiful day. It certainly is a beautiful day. Thank Jesus for his blessings. You know what? I will thank Jesus for his blessings. Night Watch is having some trouble with spelling. You see, you guys think I mess up talking quite a bit, and I do. But man, if you would see my spelling, you would be like, quit writing and start talking again. Howard Jim says, burpees in his bedroom. Daddy says you have to get out and search for nature in UK. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm probably spoiled because, I get to see Hybrid working out from his tree or doing his sprints, and I get to see the wonderful things that you see. I got a couple friends that live in Great Britain on Facebook, and of course I see all the beautiful stuff. I know Hybrid's talked quite a bit that, it's most of it is heavily industrialized. So yeah, I've probably romanticized it quite a bit. Night Watcher says the person with most subs in chat it is what it is. Hybrid Jim, third, Laradox. Hybrid says it's the Zen tradition to keep it brief. It is. And you get so much more across, I think. The more words you use, just for the sake of using words. Also, I remind myself of the beginning of the Tao Te Ching. The Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. And I think I'm adding words to a description that isn't the actual thing. And if I can capture it in less, all the better. Laradox says, and sub to me, definitely sub to Laradox. Daddy's already subbed. Night Watcher wants a vote. As the best person. Well, everyone's the best person, the best people. Dottie says, how lovely, Eric, to inherit. Uh, Man, it was a great gift from my father. Um, I split it with my brother. We both decided we inherited the house, and both of us love it here. And I was with my father. I was holding his hand the night he passed away. I was his caregiver for a number of years, and then his critical caregiver. Um, I can't imagine, in the house when my father passed away. I just can't imagine it not being mine. Not to mention, I've lived quite a bit in this neighborhood. Even when I left, uh, it stayed nearby just because, again, I absolutely love it. Milk and I had a house down the street, rented a townhouse right next to my parents, had an apartment up the street. Larodox says he'd appreciate some extra subscribers, so press the wrench. They will. If it's, if that's the thing, if that's what they're called to do. Sorry, my cat is here. It is what it is. Says we all grind well, all shine. This is true. Some of us are grinding a bit harder than others, such as it is what it is. Hitting the shot collar. I don't know if you saw that hybrid. It is what it is. Hit the shot collar the other day. Night Watcher says calm down. And now we're getting some, it's a politics-free zone. We definitely don't talk politics. Dottie says, I agree. It is what it is. We all shine. We certainly do. They're up sub-wishing. I never heard that expression before. Therodox, no political discussion, and we have to remove mod. For real, they need to stop begging for subs. Yep, actually, the best thing, just ask. Come in, be sincere, ask for the subs, and then relax. I would give you offer a lesson on relaxation and detaching from outcome from the Bhagavad Gita, but I don't think you'd appreciate it too much. However, the subs will come. You just keep putting out good content, relax. I don't mind shouting you out, but the people in the chat themselves, they get a little turned off by too many people, too often, asking too often. They got the message that you'd like to have chats and that I mentioned that you put out good content. So, some people will be called to be there and others, it's just not their thing. I know a lot of people here, it's more of a fitness thing. So they might not be called to that direction, but you never know. They might explore. And I know Night Watcher is already subscribed. I'm subscribed. Dottie's subscribed. So you're off to a good start. Therodox says, okay, I thought you might be a bot. Who might be a bot? Therodox says, Yogi is not Watcher a real person. He is a real person. Night Watcher says, also sorry, Yogi, for fighting. Not a problem. Hybrid says there's some charm here, Eric, but it's not the norm. Hey, Hybrid, is there any place you think you would enjoy living as much or perhaps more? if you like, just letting your imagination run wild, if you could relocate anywhere, where do you think it would be? There, says he just accidentally deleted a message. There, don't worry about making anyone a chat moderator. If they want to be one, we'll get around to it. Hybrid's been around for a long time, and I don't think that's ever been his goal. Our friend Goldie is here. Hi there again, lovely people. Hybrid. Our friend Goldie here is in Romania, actually in Transylvania, Romania. Heavily forested country. They've managed to hold on. I think I read somewhere it was like 60% of original primitive forest. Is that the word I'm looking for? There, Duck says hi to Goldie, and how are you? Not to mention, it's definitely 60% of Europe's brown bear population is in Romania, which is a fact I never ever get tired of repeating. Dottie says, I think if you make a YouTube channel with intent to get monetized, it's the wrong way forward. If people enjoy your videos, they will come back for more. Having good rapport with your subs helps. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. I actually started my channel as a meditation teaching aid, as it was a way to post my teaching videos so my teachers could review them. And then I left them up. And Paul from Oregon and Nick talked me into putting up a burpee video. Little did they know, 660 some burpee days later, and I'm still doing it. They created a monster. But yeah, you know, that the organic as well. I love the potentiality, the sheer potential of what YouTube can offer. You can be so creative, you can offer so much, and you could be a positive force in the world. One little video of, you know, this isn't my little video of the house sparrow with a huge leaf in its mouth has the second most views of any video that I've done, any short that I've done, any video, I believe. And, you know, I just can't help but think that somewhere someone was having a bad day and they saw this tiny little house sparrow trying to lift up a huge leaf and fly in the air, and it just made them smile. If that was the only thing that was ever accomplished by my YouTube channel, I would consider it a complete success. Goldie says hi to Night Watcher. How far behind am I, guys? Night Watcher says he's saying political stuff intentionally, getting under my skin, and I started about sub-baking again. Yeah, we definitely keep it political free. I've talked a bit about politics, but abstractly, never mentioning names. I sort of paraphrase, excuse me, guys, the Dalai Lama when he stated that his religion was kindness, and I said that my politics are kindness. People can make of that and figure out what they think they can figure out. Aradak says, Night Watcher, I checked with Yogi and sub-baking is fine. I'm not being mean. No, you're not being mean. But if anyone new comes in, we'll mention, you know, I've mentioned before, I'd absolutely love to get more subs for Dottie as well, because I'd love to see her. Two things. She's regaining subs from, for her own reasons, shutting down her first channel, which is where I first got to know her. And I'm so glad that she reached out with her new channel. So getting her over 100 is a big goal. So everyone subscribe to Laradox and everyone subscribe to Dottie. Two great channels doing their own thing. Dottie is restoring a van. It's going to be a van life. And I heard you mention today that you would like to drive it to, was it Portugal, you said? One day? Laradox says it's not your place to make someone else a moderator like that in the chat. Yep, I agree with that as well. It's all, I keep coming back to just relaxing, having a good time, being respectful. And eventually, I'm going to get caught up in the chat. And I want to put out something I've been thinking about. This dispositional optimism, which is a new phrase that I stumbled across. And it's that cultivating that sense of optimism that everything will work out the way it's going to work out. I'm not saying everything's going to always be positive, but that things are going to work out for the benefit, for what might support our growth, what might make us happier, what might, it's saying teach us an important lesson, because, I think we can learn a lesson from anything that happens in life. Goldie says, only Eric can make a mod in this channel. Our friend Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise and Adventures are here. They are my goal channel. I'm going to make the list this week. They're a great, great cruising channel. And I mention this all the time, when they're here, when they're not here. They're just fun to listen to. It's a fun channel to sit and relax to, smile to. Any channel, that's what I was talking about with Laradox. Any channel that you can relax to and it makes you smile, they're doing good work. They're doing something that's important, because turn on the news right now, and I guarantee you, you're not going to find something to smile about. It's going to be a tough haul. It's going to be a tough haul for the rest of this year, and maybe longer. So when you can find a place to just relax, one, get good quality information, two, and leave feeling better than when you came in, that would be three, then that's a good thing. So definitely go visit Jeremy and Cheryl's Cruise Adventures. And they get a big greeting. Goldie's going to make the list too. Wherever I stumble across Goldie, she's doing something good for someone else. It's an amazing thing. Therodox says, guys, we're actually becoming better friends, and the way I know it is because we're fighting a lot. That could be true. I don't really fight. My fighting days are long gone. Hybrid says, I'm hoping to relocate to the southwest UK, a more countryside location beach. That would be awesome. So you would you consider yourself more of a beach person or mountainous? Of course, sometimes you can combine that. Santa Monica has both. Hybrid says, I'll check out Lewis's shot call. I bet it's clean. Yeah, he's got, I mention it all the time, I think cleanest reps in the game. There are some that are just as clean. I put you up there, Hybrid. No wasted movements. I got quite a few wasted movements. I sort of feel like if I bother to look at my videos, which I don't always, that it looks like I'm throwing myself on the ground and having a seizure. Darodox says, I'm actually pretty big on TikTok, but can't exactly share my account channel on the platform. I have never been on TikTok. That's not true. Mocha likes watching dog videos on TikTok. And man, I can never get tired of watching dog videos. So she'll send them to me every once in a while. Particularly, not exclusively, but particularly corgis. Corgis are just fun to watch. I actually had two corgis. Well, I had a corgi. My father had a corgi. So there it is. Congratulations for being big on TikToks. It's a pretty big thing. Hybrid says hi to Goldie. Yogi says, or I'm sorry, Night Watcher says, I have found 4 cases of Laradox trolling. If you want, I will tell you highly suspicious things he done in this 10 minutes. Not right now. We're just going to concentrate on having a good conversation. Eventually, I'm going to talk about dancing again. I actually want to ask Hybrid Jim if he's heard of lymphatic dancing or somatic dancing. Almost positive he's probably heard of the lymphatic dancing. Goldie says, I'm not sure those stats are still accurate about the woods. Yeah, maybe not, but I bet it's still considered across Europe heavily forested. I know Poland has some of its original forests as well. I think possibly Bulgaria. Places I wouldn't have thought. Goldie says, Night Watcher, I appreciate your dedication. He's a good guy. He's here to help. Hybrid says, no bears in the UK for some time, probably 150 years. Plus, you would think that it also says no wolves. I think there's lynx, but not 100% sure. I had read somewhere they were going to reintroduce. I think it was the lynx. I know you have wild cats, original wild cats, not domestic cats that have gone wild, but actual wild cats. And I heard they might reintroduce. I have to look that up. It's a shame. You would think that Scotland would be able to support a small bear population. Germany has a small bear population, and then through the Alps, Sweden. I don't know if Switzerland does. That would be an issue for me, Hybrid. I need to at least live in an area that has the potential for bears. I'm about a 45-minute drive away from a sustainable bear population. And I would see them in races up there from time to time. And we had one wander through my neighborhood last year because the yearlings get kicked out of the den as the mother prepares for new cubs, and they go looking for their own territory. So they'll wander through. I think we had 5 or 6 wander through this county. Goldie says, I've been deep cleaning all day at work. Hey, your new coworker started, right? I hope that's made things easier for you. Well, I'm sure it has. Night Watcher says, I'm not beefing. I have found hilly, but not suspicious stuff, but suspicious stuff. And I'm not accusing, but I'm just pointing out. I appreciate that. Nothing says, hey man, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Appreciate you stopping by. Goldie says, walking home, I saw a beautiful insect on the sidewalk. So now it's a short. That's awesome. Which also means, guys, that I'm going to go bring up the short. I like having it up. And one of the things I love about YouTube Shorts, like I'll bring up one of the things I love about that was me. Um, that I get the chance to, like, one of Eric LaPointe's shorts or one of Holgo's sculpts, and just put it up and let it play over and over. Same with a lot of Dottie's. I should probably leave this up on my desktop because I see how far behind I am. I see that Squirrel Sniper is here and I missed it. I apologize. Welcome in, Squirrel Sniper. That means we have another UKer here. That makes Dottie and Hybrid Jim. Like I said, we just need our friend Duncan Walsh to make an appearance. And Eric Lapointe is here. The UK doesn't have any, do they have snakes? I know Ireland, supposedly, doesn't have any snakes. That is an awesome insect. It looks like it might be a moth of some type. I am not up on my moths. Eric said, the house sparrow made me smile for sure. Thanks, Eric. I couldn't believe that Merck and I were finishing up our walk, and actually two of them. I actually have two videos, and they were trying to get that wing or the feather up in the air. They couldn't do it, but they tried their best. Laradak says, pretty far behind, Yogi. Yeah, I have a tendency to do that. But, you know, I like thinking of that it's a good cause because I like seeing every post. I'm learning to skip the highs. Highs between people, but I always make sure I try to greet the ones as they come in. And, you know, I try to sort of riff on every post and just let the conversation unfold. Like what you says, I didn't see you there, Eric Lapointe. Friend Runner Boy is here. That makes what, four UK people. Hybrid Jim, I think you'd really appreciate Runner Boy's approach to lifting. It's a very well thought out program, and he's a strong young man. Just recently pulled a very strong 400 plus deadlift. But what impresses me the most is the programming, and he doesn't stray from it. Everything is just set. Just reminds me of how you would set up with your ring work, with your handstand approach. Everything has its place, and you do it on this schedule. So Runner Boy says, what's up? Not much. I appreciate watching your live this morning. And when I went out for my walk, I left it up and running. Night Watcher says he's going to put up some basic ground rules. That would be appreciated. Runner Boy said, Lara sub to most here already. Yep, Runner Boy has been a while. Goldie says, oh well, restoring a van. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome too. Paradox says, I love van life stuff. That's van life stuff and nature. That's Dottie's thing. Above all, being a really kind and gracious person is Dottie's thing. Of course, kind and gracious people are all over this chat right now. Every single one of you guys. Eric Lapointe says, to Night Watcher, I'm usually watching, but sometimes I can't text or see what's being written, just listening. which I appreciate. Always appreciate your presence. Dottie says, Spain one day and Germany. I would like to visit my great-grandfather on my Welsh side, came from Germany. My grandfather's last name was German, but man, he had a tough life. He was sort of left homeless. He quit school in 4th grade and he worked in the mines outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His last name was Schultz. And he married my grandmother, whose last name is Sabo, Hungarian. I've had some great talks of Goldie about that. But I don't know how far back the German is. Eric Point says not watching, I mean listening. Goldie, Daddy says Goldie, it's an old UK ambulance. Goldie says, yes, I laugh when Jeremy goes bananas. It's just a fun channel. Theodox says, Yogi, I'm officially leaving the chat for a while and probably forever right now because I'm going on a vacation. Enjoy the vacation, and I'm not going to bring my phone. So I'm going to say goodbye, everyone. It's been a journey. It has been, my friend. Still subscribe, so I will be seeing your notifications. Have a great vacation. He's officially leaving now. Goodbye. You're all my friends. You as well. Goldie says, have a wonderful vacation. Runner Boy says, Veridox, I'm challenging you to an old style 1v1 duel. How's that going to work? I think you guys should have a squat off. If you guys want to see textbook, picture perfect, weighted squats, Runner Boy. Hybrid says, wife is more beach, I'm more the park, greenery. Yeah, that would be me as well. Although I appreciate wild beaches, but you just don't find them too often anymore. You have the Outer Banks. Further north, of course, you have, on the coast of New Hampshire and Maine, but that's very rocky. Probably Oregon, Washington State. You have some wild coasts as well. And probably up where our friend David Whitten is, up in that Labrador, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia area. Hybrid says, we all dislike the way we perform. I'm sure it's easy to self-criticize. That's true. Night Watcher, I don't know why. I don't know why anyone does anything. That's why I mainly don't concern myself with why people do things. Because it's a losing proposition. You won't understand. Everyone has their own psychology. You could paint a broader picture, but everyone has their own experiences that have shaped them. Gordy says, if I'm at the beach, I'm in the water. If I'm in the park, I'm walking and watching the beauty of the beauty God created. That's the way to do it. Runner Boy wants to know what comments were removed. I didn't think you could remove other people's comments. You removed one of hybrids. That's odd. Runner Boy says the buffalo will be introduced to UK, where bison, one of them already had, and wolves are being introduced to Scotland. Hey, that's awesome, especially the wolves. Lots of studies have shown how wolves support the ecosystem as well as beavers. I've been doing a lot of research on beavers as we have them back in my neighborhood, and they're going to want to probably try to remove them again. They did 20 years ago. Hybrid says, I think they want wolves back, but the size of the UK is a problem. They brought sea eagles back. You don't think Scotland could support them? Now, Watcher says he went to the channel activity and said he removed 5 different messages from his channel using his mod powers. When I accurately remember, there had been 0 problems recently. Interesting. Hybrid says Scotland might be sparse enough. England isn't, I don't think. It's a shame you guys don't have coyotes, because they're highly adaptable to suburban areas. We got a couple roaming my neighborhood. I've heard them. I haven't seen them. My neighbors have seen them. It's absolutely awesome having coyotes and beavers, and the potential for bears wandering by. UK Medic says Scotland has a bear and wolf population. They recently introduced them. Welcome, Medic. I didn't know you sneaked in. Well, you probably didn't sneak in. I'm just slow. And that's awesome. Goldie says yes. However, one of the co-workers underwent surgery. Oh, so you're like back to square one. Sorry about that. So my co-worker moved on to the other shift, which puts you back in that same position. Squirrel Empress says Slovakia has a bear program that's been stable in the last 10 years. In Europe, 3,000 bears. In Sweden, 2,000. In Finland, 1,100 in Estonia, and around 100 in Norway. And Russia has the most, I think. Interesting. I love the fact that Europe still has a bear population. Of course, you know, I figured that Finland and Sweden would have them, and of course Russia. Yogi says, no offense, without the glasses in your old videos, you look like a drug addict. That's why I got the glasses. No one wants to watch a Yogi smoking pot in his basement, which, by the way, in my early teenage years, the room that I'm working out in was a room that I used to sneak down to and smoke pot in my teenage days. Funny how things change. It also very early became a gym for me. Let's see. And no offense taken. Albert says 2 types of snakes. Never seen them myself. I think he mentioned once that you hadn't seen one. They're not poisonous, right? I know Europe has some. I know Spain, I believe, has a poisonous snake. The adder, poisonous, right? Squirrel Sniper says the UK has the adder, the only poisonous snaky native to Britain. We have copperheads in my neighborhood, which are pretty poisonous. They can be bad for dogs and cats. They can put a guy in the hospital. Not too far, we have a lot of rattlesnakes. But we do have a lot of snakes. Medic says, lots of snakes on YouTube. And probably Probably some two-legged kind. Night Watch wants to know the relative age theory. I would be willing to bet Squirrel Sniper does. Hybrid says, I see newts yesterday. I could upload a short. That would be pretty cool. One of the things, getting out with my camera, my new camera I mentioned that Mocha got me for my birthday, it sharpens the attention. I always thought that I was aware and attentive, but something about having a camera in your hand heightens it, becomes even more so. And you're looking for those unique little ways that nature expresses itself, like the bird with the feather, like the goose standing on one leg doing its goose yoga. Runner Boy says, I did my live today. Went well. Yep, I was there. Popped in to say hi, and then I had to go take my walk. But I left you up and running for some watch hours. Going to go through your playlist as well. I got Yankee Kyle up right now. Gordy says, we have the Horned Viper, original to Romania. Well, we did not realize, or it didn't occur to me, a snake within the borders of like a particular country. Hybrid says, we'll check them out. My handstands have dropped off again. Need to get back to it. I'm happy to be doing dips, high rep dips again. Seems my shoulders are holding up pretty well. I'd like to get my pull-ups up. I used to be really, really good at pull-ups. You wouldn't think age would affect it that much, but something has. Probably lack of practice, I hope. Goldie says, you mean me? Am I being demoted? Runner Boy says, yeah, it was 2 hours a day. Had 7 people at one time. That's good. And how were the watch hours? UK Medic says, you are an absolute angel, Goldie. I 100% agree with that. Runner Boy says, I think I got 10 watch hours right after the ending it. Oh, great. Where are you standing nowadays? Squirrel Sniper says, UK Medic, but terrible at division. Goldie says, I am. Watch out, my wings are not white. And I knew Night Watch or Squirrel Sniper would know. He says the theory that the sicker age and the next generation healthy die early. I hadn't heard of that. We got some basic ground rules. Always be respectful. Don't fight with mods. Don't insult people. Absolutely no political talk. No hurtful comments. No negative, sarcastic comments. Be nice and happy. Perfect. All right, I got to remember how to pin. Last time I tried to pin something, I disconnected. Boy, man, I can't believe how far behind I am. Maybe I should start at the bottom and work my way back up. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm here on my desktop as well. I don't look at it often because that means I have to look at myself and I can't hear myself. I just see my lips moving. So I see our friend Laradox is back. Let's see. So, Goni says, EK Medic, he will get there, just in case you don't hear him say he's a little bit dyslexic. A little bit dyslexic and a host of other issues that I've talked about before. Some bit of a speech, not quite a stutter, but as a kid, I had a speech impediment and saw a therapist. So I see we are suspicious of Laradox. I'm going to work my way through. Runner Boy says, near my town we had ground dogs escape and now they roam free. That's pretty cool. Medic says it's another unseen disability, Goldie, or altered ability, as I prefer to call it, as this implies something missing. That's an excellent point, Medic. I like that. Prairie dogs, not ground. Okay, a little smaller, I think, right? Squirrel says, Runner Boy, I think he meant wallabies. Nightwatcher says, yes, Yogi smoking pot in his basement. That was an apt description at one time. Our friend Relaxing is here. Hey, Eric, my friend. Hello, everyone. Relaxing, how are you? I was thinking about you today. Laradox says, guys, I was joking about the vacation. I went to eat some ice cream. Well, that sounds good. Relaxing says, hope all beautiful friends here are okay. We are. I appreciate you being here. Squirrel Sniper has a nice abbreviation for relaxing. UK Medic says, Wrench War is coming to a channel near you. That would be worth watching. I had, at one time, I wanted to put in ground rules for the wrenches. That there'd be no running with the wrenches. There would be no horseplay. Don't use them near electricity. Don't use them outside in a thunderstorm. Gordy says, Veradox, that remark goes both ways. It seems that you are siblings constantly picking each other. Relaxing says, okay, I know one observed, like friend. What's up, Relaxing? That it is what it is, says Eric is way behind in the chat. I thought I was almost caught up. Runner Boy says you can create polls in your live, by the way, if you want to ask questions and stuff. I know our friend Noble Scrolling Traveler does that. Relaxing says, you're not friendly with your honest heart. Um, I'm sorry. I try to be friendly. If in some way I haven't been, then I certainly apologize. Squirrel Sniper says, Veridox, I have a photographic memory, which for some reason does not surprise me in the least. So does Eric Lapointe. That doesn't surprise me either. Veridox says, I love you all. Appreciate that. So, Goldie says, so your opinion on the beauty I found, Eric? Absolutely awesome. I actually still have it up right here. That's the kind of stuff I love just stumbling across. Just reminds you how mysterious nature is. So, here's the thing. Laradox. You're welcome here, and you're welcome to come in and say, guys, please check out my channel. Ask for subscribers. You can even say you're going live. But sometimes it feels like the conversation's getting disrupted and it's becoming about Laradox. And it's not becoming about all our other friends that are here. And what it really should be about is the conversation, whatever we're working on. I have some pretty awesome conversations with each and every person here, but it shouldn't be about Laradox, not alone. So if there's a topic that we're all talking upon, join in. Let's talk about nature. Let's talk about all kinds of stuff. But it can't be a Laradox channel, because Laradox already has a really good channel. And guys, let me take the opportunity to say, please like and subscribe to Laradox's channel. But here we just relax and we roll with it. We go wherever it goes. Everyone watches me fall behind. And hopefully by the end of the conversation, I get completely caught up and everyone stands up and applauds my true test of reading endurance. The Rugman Pulleth. That's a pretty good channel name. I like that a lot. The Rugman Pulleth. UK Medic says, going to try and reach that before my birthday next month. Runaway says if we spam the comments, he can never catch up. The hour mark has been reached. Yes, it has. Goldie says, hi there, Rugman. How is that relevant to what we were talking about? What did I miss from... Oh. Maybe that mystery will reveal itself as I get farther down the conversation. It is what it is. Say I'm going to go grocery shopping, and when I come back, Eric will be caught up. Joking, I'm going grocery shopping. Enjoy the shopping. I know you're going to get good, healthy stuff that's going to fuel the big workout that's coming later this weekend. Goldie says it will be a beautiful birthday present for yourself, UK Medic. Hey, I'm caught up, aren't I? Or am I missing something? Relaxing says, tumble? Boy says, guys, should I train to do a handstand? Yes, 100%. And if you need help, hit up Hybrid Gym. That's his thing. Also, if you want to do ring work, Medic says definitely not. Got 20 more to come. Goldie says I wish you many more to come. I do as well. UK Medic. Relaxing says no one can help me. Never. I know it's been a rough time for you. And I'm sorry. Eric the Point says, well, Medic says the Big C might have another idea, Goldie. I'm sorry about that, Medic. And I certainly hope not. Eric the Point says, hey, Eric, I have a short inspired by you. You'll know which one it is. It was one of the last things you said on today's live earlier. That's got me intrigued. Let's see. Let's make our way over. I need to get to Holgo's channel and see if he's putting up some new sculpting stuff. Runner Boy says I was able to do a pike handstand push-up 2 years ago, then stopped all that. I wonder how it would affect your benching, and I know you do some overhead pressing as well. But I think if you left it at skill work, you know, Hybrid talks about that, treating it as a skill. Night Watcher says, I was saying I would be happy to edit your videos. You did mention that, and I appreciate that. I just put them up. I do appreciate that very much. Kay says, I'm still here listening, Yogi. Just plugging along here at work. I appreciate that, Kay. Medic says, I stay positive, never mention it until someone docks me. Man, what an awful thing for someone to do. Your personal business that is hard enough for you to go through without having to deal with it publicly until you want to, and to who you want to. Kay says, hello to everyone in chat I may have missed. Squirrel Sniper said, did you manage to find time to read the prelude of The Soul of the White Ant? I have not, but it is on my list here. Probably this weekend. Our friend Charlie is back. Charlie, how are you? Appreciate you coming in. Relaxing says, he can help me if I'm outside and raining. No one. There's no one government-wise that you could reach out to for help? I wish I had some connections and some strings to pull. Runner Boy says, as long as I don't do too much, it should help with my mobility overhead a lot. I could see that. For me, it's always hard to draw that line of, I get caught up in the enthusiasm of a new movement, and my practice turns into a workout. Goldie says, I'm sorry, UK Medic. However, would a blood transfusion help? I'll come get rid of the batch you are currently using. Squirrel Sniper says, relaxing. What do you need help with? Brenda Boy says, yes, I had a few people ask where in Ireland I lived. Am I live? I definitely did not say stay safe. Interesting. Night Watcher says, I'll be going now. I'm feeling sleepy, plus it's 4 a.m. Uh, Night Watcher, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate those ground rules, and I appreciate you taking care of things. Have a good night. I hope you're feeling even better tomorrow. Squirrel Sniper says, I got that, Eric. Eric Point says, no one is special, and I'm no one, therefore I'm special. I like the way that takes shape. UK Medit says, well, if we're going to get bitten, Goldie, I couldn't think of anyone better. You know, yep, it's just something that friends can do for each other. Relaxing says, no, I told you I'm homeless. You have, and I remember. I'm just, maybe I'm just being overly optimistic, thinking that, the government steps in and helps, but I know they don't always. Medic says, I'm always happy, Goldie. Life is too short to be miserable. I agree with that. And what a great, great example that you live. Especially considering, the beauty that you put out on YouTube. Focusing on that beauty of life. Runner Boy says, relaxing, you need to go on universal credit or job seekers. Night Watcher says, I was only here for the bet. So, okay, bye. Hey, you won the bet. Runner Boy says, takes about 1 week to get set up with them, and you can ask for the first payment early. That would be awesome. Squirrel Sniper says, where in the UK are you? Relaxing says, Runner Boy, know what can help you when you're not a UK citizen. Cody says, rest relaxing. He said that before. We were talking about our country relaxing. Relaxing says, and I try to go in my country months very hard. UK Medic says, I'm surrounded by so much beauty. How could be anything else but happy? That's true. Unfortunately for so many, that beauty just goes unnoticed. It's there. It's present. I think, honestly, it's one of the most important things people can do having a YouTube channel is just keep showing that beauty. Not so much so people say, wow, UK Medic lives in a beautiful area, but they might say, hey, I wonder if I can capture something like that in my area, no matter where I live. You could be in New York City, on a city block, and nature's still available. You just need to open to it. Of course, it's going to be different everywhere, but it's still there. Look at Goldie's Short, which I still have up and playing. Let's see. Oh, right now I had the Lovely Dragon. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely go to Goldie's channel and look at the amazing gift that her daughter made, the amazing box. And she filmed the whole thing. And she made it for a friend, so it's a gift of love. Squirrel Sniper says, relaxing. What's your circumstances? How did you get here to UK? Gordy says, I can't argue with that, medic. I agree. A thumbs up from Eric. Gordy says, you unorthodox to UK medic? Relaxing says, it's very hard. 2 months I tried to get back to my country. And trust me, no one help you when you're not a U.S. citizen. I'm in Romania. What if there was, I don't know exactly how to do it, but I bet someone could figure it out. GoFundMe to get relaxing back to Romania. If you were able to get back to Romania, uh, would you be in a better situation? But if there was a GoFundMe, um, you know, maybe we could help you get the funds. Medic says, and Kelly Caldwell gave out my name and my health condition, which I kept quiet about, as I don't want my time on YouTube to be a pity party. Man, what a I think of someone who would, release that information, and the type of person that would do such a thing. What's going on in their life that somehow their thoughts made it seem like that was the right thing to do. That there wasn't some little sensor in the brain that said, hey, pause, think about this. Is this really the person that you want to be? That would release someone's personal information. Lexing says, I try everything and no take you in seriously, mod, when you have problems and discrimination there. Medic says, the same person who said that I was a failed nurse, that's why I became a paramedic. Man, I would think becoming a paramedic would be, not saying one is above the other, no way implying that, but that paramedic puts you right on the front line of danger, stressful situation. I have friends who are both, and deep admiration for what each of them do. But the paramedics, they are there on the scene. Goldie says, well, it's not a pity party, medic. It's actually me trying to get you a little drop of blood. Squirrel Sniper says, UK medic, may I ask if you were a paramedic during 2020? A medic says he was a pandemic for 32 years and worked all through the pandemic. Not an easy time. So many people suffered, most especially in those early years. And unfortunately, it was the ones who were most vulnerable. Medic says, my official title on retirement was Advanced Clinical Practitioner. And that he's been stabbed twice during my service. So that's what I mean. It's definitely the front lines. I'm looking at the rows of pine trees on Eric LaPointe's YouTube short. The lovely art of planting a tree. That's awesome, Eric. Eric says thanks. And again, man, I absolutely love that you're putting that up. Laxing says, very hard for me to work for 20, is that pound a day? And no shower, no sleeping good, and no home. But I need to eat. If I do not work, I can't eat. Wish I had a solution. Medic says, as a paramedic, it's your job to stabilize the patient to ensure they arrive at the hospital alive for the doctors and nurses to treat. Everyone an essential instrument in the program. No paramedic, no need for the nurse, no need for the doctor. It's not a line, it's not a hierarchy of one more important than the other. It's essentialness, each one being essential for the survival of the patient. But if you don't have that person on the front line, they're not, as UK Medic said, they're not going to get to the nurse. Squirrel Semper says, UK Medic have discovered evidence of fraud with the UK government house, which involves all the major companies in the pharmaceutical and government sector that have fraudulent business using taxes. I have everything backed up and copied and sent to various people. Such a shame, pharmaceutical companies. Of course, everyone's in something for a profit, but the massive profits that pharmaceutical companies make, and then do everything they can to hold on to. UK Medic says the government officials had shares in big pharmaceuticals, so push the meds, etc. You hate to see that kind of corruption. Goldie says, oh well, squirrel, be careful. Eric Point says it was a killdeer bird on the nest on the ground in that shot. I see the little eggs. That was a good find. Sharp eyes to catch that. And good identity, being able to identify those. Relaxing says, I need to work very hard. Sometimes I do work 7 to 8 afternoons with ton stone paving every day. Badly, people. I know it's a struggle for you, relaxing. Something's gonna, something will happen. There'll be a way. Goldie says, nice, Eric, the point. And Squirrel Sniper says there's ex-policeman of Dorset, Gary Waterman. He uncovered everything. I never involved the husband of Nicholas Bully. Relaxing says, one day I will be home in my country because I believe in God will help me. I believe so too, and keep that prayer growing. Keep that prayer going, my friend. Medic says, unfortunately, the world is all about money. It's immoral that some have more money than they ever will need, while others live in poverty. It's true, and even more so, that some will profit off of the suffering of others and not even think twice about it. Eric says, unfortunately, they have chairs in the company and 100% legal. Why, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know why. I think because they're the ones that are making the rules. UK Medic says it's just the cost of returning to your country. That's the problem, relaxing. Is it just the cost? Cody's asking what city? Squirrel Sniper says to UK Medic, Elon said in 2021 that he'd spend $6 million to end world poverty. We just funneled $60 billion to Ukraine. Eric says conflict of interest, if you ask me. I've talked a bit about Elon Musk, not personally, obviously, as I don't know him, but the fact that him and quite a few of those wealthiest people could literally end world hunger right now. Every starving child would be fed. Every homeless person would have the option of finding a home. In an instant, they could do that. Of course, you have to focus on the systemic things that are in place that make people slipping through the cracks happen. And they could fix that as well, or they could start fixing that. But they don't, and they won't. UK Medic says, if you need the cost of a flight to Romania, relaxing, I will cover the cost. Relaxing. It's a hugely generous offer. Do you have a place to go? Relaxing says that he's with his brother together, fighting to go back to his home country. What if, I hate to suggest splitting up, but what if one went back to earn some money there? It would have to be easier earning some money in your country and then helping the other return. Squirrel Sniper says, only SpaceX launches can you see a shadow cast from a flame because it's very sloppy. CGI. In nature, science, that's not observable. I know some people really, I know some people really love Elon Musk and space shuttles and stuff like that, but I just can't think what a huge, huge waste of resources to take a ride in a shuttle when you could be feeding hungry people, offering shelter. Let's see. Medic says I use my super chat donations to help others, and that's an amazing thing. Relaxing says, Medic, I can't accept money to no one because I'm not into money. It is what it is. Wants to know if I caught up, and I am completely caught up. Gordy says, Eric, please forgive the Romanian. Not a problem. Medic says, well, you can always pay me back once you're settled. Relaxing, are you subscribed to UK Medic? My suggestion is subscribe and reach out, and at the very least, you can talk about the opportunity. And maybe if not for the flight home, maybe Medic can help in another way. Relaxing says that he can't. Relaxing, help from God comes in unexpected ways. We never know from where, and we never know who's going to be an instrument of God. We all get that opportunity. UK Medic has the opportunity to be a channel, and he's more than willing to step up and be so. However, you got to do what you think is best, my friend. I'm saying hi to my cat. UK Medic speaks Romanian. Goldie drops Medic's chat. Thank you for that. So again, relaxing. It doesn't hurt to reach out and see what other opportunities might present itself. So definitely subscribe, and maybe you two can talk, and another suggestion will come in. Let's see. Relaxing says, Eric, when I was born, never in my life take no one ever penny. Well, relaxing, Medic says you could pay him back. Squarespace says, relaxing, it's about balance. I agree. It certainly is. And you know what? Relaxing, you having that help extended to you means that you might be in a position to one day help someone else out in that same position. So as Squirrel Sniper said, it's all about balance and balancing and being part of that balance. We will be calling it a night relatively soon. UK Medic says alternative to is to declare yourself as an illegal, and then you will get a free flight home. That's a thought. I hadn't considered that. Squirrel Sniper says, relax. You have a chance to break pattern. This is true. Goldie says, Eric, did you take a pill? Thank you for the reminder. And I did. Took it just about 6, which is perfect. As I'll say goodnight in maybe 5 minutes and do my breath work for the evening, do my reading, and it'll be perfect to help me get to sleep. I appreciate that reminder. Relaxing says, I applied for immigration, not answered, no help. Well, maybe one of our UK friends could help with that. If anyone has any connections. Relaxing says, I can accept nothing for no one. I don't know. Relaxing, sometimes we got to learn how to accept that I don't think that we can pray. I don't think that we can pray to God if we refuse what's offered, because we don't know what the answer to that prayer might be. And the answer to that prayer might very well be the gift that our friend UK Medic is offering. Because remember, this is money that UK was gifted with, and he's just returning the favor. He's doing what our friend Squirrel Sniper said. He's participating in the balance of the universe. So there's a story originally told in Hebrew, I believe, of a man praying because there's a flood coming. And he's praying to God to help him and his family. And someone comes along and pulls up in a horse and buggy. We're going to put this in the old-fashioned days, and says it's starting to flood. Before it gets too high, I'll give you a lift, you and your family. We'll go somewhere safe. And the man said, no, I prayed to God. God will help me. So the man left, and the water kept rising. And eventually a man came along in a boat and said, come in, it's getting dangerous out. Get in the boat, I will save you and your family. And the man said, I appreciate that, but I prayed to God and he will help me. And the water kept rising. Eventually, a man came by in a hot air balloon. I might be stretching the story a bit. And said, hop in the balloon. I will save you and your family. The water's almost at roof level. You'll have no other opportunity. And the man refused and said, I prayed to God and he will save me. And the man and his family perished in the flood. When he was in heaven, he was greeted by God. And he was very upset and said, I thought for sure you would save me. I prayed to you. And God said, I sent a horse and a buggy. I sent a man in a boat. And I sent a balloon. What more could I have done? So when we pray, we never know where the answer is going to arrive from. Eric LaPointe says, don't forget to like the live. Thank you for that, Eric. Relaxing says, very bad. Goldie says, thank you for the reminder, Eric. I usually do it before I say hi. And I do appreciate that, Eric, quite a bit. Relaxing says, no person in my broken heart to take gift even is free. You can pay him back, or you could pay the gift forward. Relaxing says, I prefer to dying. But you know, if you accept the gift, if you accept the help, you can pay it forward and you can help other people. If you die, you can't help anyone. Goldie says, Aaron McCarty, I need to go. I'm getting rude. We're going to call it a night. Laxing says very straight and correctly. Squirrel Sniper says, and you understand the dungeon programming? Then one must before overcoming. UK Medic says, yes, Goldie, in danger of that too. So, once again, it's definitely been a lively live chat. Not always going in the direction that, well, I don't have any expectations. I appreciate it when it's lively. Eventually, I do have a few points I want to make. I wanted to talk about dispositional optimism, and how we can enter it into our lives. Dispositional optimism, that no matter what's happening, we have this optimistic outlook. Doesn't mean that we don't see the difficulties we're in or the difficulties that might lie ahead. It means that we just have this faith that life will work out. Doesn't mean that it does. It just means that we maintain that faith because of the benefits that we get from the optimism itself. So maybe tomorrow I'll enter that again. The benefits of dispositional optimism has nothing to do with what we actually achieve, but the benefits are from the optimism itself. As well, lymphatic dancing. I keep talking about this the last few live streams, because it's just a valuable practice. Eric LaPointe says, good night to everyone. Another great live. Thank you, Eric. Definitely appreciate you being here. Relaxing says, medic, very honest and straight. No, in my life, wrong to take some nothing in my life and never will be happen, because also my heart is helping people homeless like me. Relaxing says, UK medic, do you work also hard for you? This is money that has been gifted to UK medic, and the fact that he wants to use it to be of service is an amazing opportunity. Cody says, thank you for a lovely live and a challenging chat. It has been challenging. Again, we just never know where it's going to go. But hey, a big thank you to our friend Nightwatcher. He's putting some ground rules in place. And you know what? At this point, it might be needed. We'll see. And I'm going to give myself a shout out. I caught up in the chat. They said it couldn't be done. Medic says, take care all. UK Medic signing off. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Relaxing says, no, sorry, I can't accept. Thanks. Well, again, you know, I respect your choice. You got to do what you believe is best for yourself. I wish there was some other way that we could find to help you, my friend. You are in my prayers. Squirrel Sniper says, relaxing, you can change the phrase, no one will help you. Just the government won't help you. Like the government won't help their own citizens. That is true across the pond as well, Squirrel Sniper. I think it's quite possibly true of every government, sadly. Relaxing says, I know, my friend, my friends. You're in my prayers. Relaxing, Squirrel Sniper, Goldie, and Medic, and Eric LaPointe. We had some good people here tonight. We always have good people here. Runner Boy was here. Hybrid Jim. Always amazing when Hybrid Jim stops by. Laradox was here. Nightwatcher was here. I appreciate Laradox. It can be troublesome. I'm not saying Laradox is troublesome, but it can be troublesome, um, which is a good opportunity. What a perfect opportunity to practice kindness, to practice patience. Note what arises. Does it get irritating? And again, I'm not saying he's irritating. Does it get irritating when that conversation goes in a direction you don't want it to? Yep. Watch the irritation. Just be the witness. Be the witness to the irritation. It is what it is was here, and a lot of other people that I can't recall at the moment. I do my best to try to give a shout out to everyone. You know what? I'm going to do a final shout out for the night. Like and subscribe, our friend Laradox. He's passionate about what he wants to do. He's passionate about his belief and his faith. I can fault no one for their passion. So, Scroll Sniper says, what will be, as above, so below. Perfect ending to a great conversation. Thank you, guys. Take care.